It's 11:47 p.m. and the room is quiet. Your phone is in your hand. The screen is bright. The notifications are gone. You scroll, you close it, you open it again. There are 300 contacts in that phone, and right now, not one of them feels close enough to text. You are not the first person to sit in this room. 3,000 years ago, a man named David sat in almost the exact same silence, and he wrote it down.
David wasn't king yet, he was hunted. The man on the throne wanted him dead, and his closest friends had either scattered or turned. He was hiding in a cave, not a symbol, a literal hole in the rock. And in that cave, he did what you did tonight. He looked around, he looked for one face, and he wrote, "I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me, no man cared for my soul."
Read that again. He didn't say no one was in the cave. He said no man would know him. There's a difference. You can be surrounded and still unseen. David named it first.
And this wasn't the only time. Another psalm, another night, he writes, "My tears have been my meat day and night, while they continually say unto me, Where is thy God?"
David is not a confident prophet here. He is a man crying into his food. He is you, last Tuesday, eating leftovers over the sink. The Bible leaves this in, because the first thing ancient wisdom wants you to know is, your loneliness is not a malfunction. It is a room the oldest souls have already stood in. Fast forward 1,000 years. Rome, a different kind of empty room.
His name was Epictetus. He was born a slave. His leg was broken in childhood, probably by his master, and it never healed right. He walked with a limp for the rest of his life. He was eventually freed, and he started teaching philosophy. Then the Emperor Domitian banished every philosopher from Rome, and Epictetus had to leave the only city he had ever worked in. This is the man we are about to quote. Not a rich senator, not a king. A crippled ex-slave who got exiled for thinking. And in his Discourses, Book 3, Chapter 13, he writes this: "Solitude is a certain condition of a helpless man, for because a man is alone, he is not for that reason solitary. And though a man is among numbers, he is not therefore not solitary."
Read that slowly. He is saying, being by yourself is not the same as being lonely, and being in a crowd is not the cure. He saw it in the Roman Forum, in the bathhouses, in the packed streets. 1900 years before Instagram, Epictetus watched people walk shoulder to shoulder and still be gone from each other.
In the Enchiridion, he goes further. The wise man can be alone and be at peace because he has himself as company. Being alone is a skill. Being lonely is a wound.
Most of us confuse them.
Marcus Aurelius, who read Epictetus every day, wrote this in his private journal. Men seek retreats for themselves, houses in the country, seashores, mountains, but it is in thy power, whenever thou shalt choose, to retire into thyself. Nowhere can a man find a quieter retreat than in his own soul.
The Stoics didn't fix loneliness. They named it. They separated alone from lonely, and they said, the crowd is not going to save you, but you are not empty in there. Now go east. 13th century Persia, a poet named Jalaluddin Rumi. Rumi had a friend, a wandering dervish named Shams of Tabriz. Shams walked into his life and turned it inside out. For 3 years they were inseparable, talking theology, poetry, God, love, late into the night. Then Shams disappeared. Some say he was murdered by Rumi's own jealous students. Some say he just walked away. Rumi never fully recovered. He turned his grief into the Masnavi, 25,000 lines of poetry, and every line in some way is a letter to a friend who didn't come back. That's the man who wrote the line every therapist on Instagram quotes now. In the Masnavi, Rumi says, "Don't turn your head. Keep looking at the bandaged place. That's where the light enters you." The shorter version, the wound is the place where the light enters you. He isn't telling you to enjoy the wound. He is telling you not to cover it too fast. The very place that feels broken in you, the place where you feel most unseen, is not your defect, it is your opening. And in another poem, Rumi writes, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop." Rumi is telling the lonely person, you are not small and you are not sealed. You are a doorway and you already have an ocean in you. 3 men, 3 languages, 3,000 years apart, same diagnosis. David named the pain, "I looked and no one knew my soul." Epictetus named the mechanism, "A crowd is not a cure." Rumi named the doorway, "The wound is how the light enters." They agree on the thing modern advice keeps missing. Loneliness is not a sign that you are broken. It is a sign that you are awake. So what do you do tonight? 1. Stop trying to fill it with the phone. Epictetus already warned you, the crowd in your hand is not the cure. Put the phone down for 15 minutes. Not forever, 15. 2. Say the David sentence out loud. "No man cared for my soul," just say it. Naming a feeling to yourself is what David did in the cave. It is not weakness. It is the oldest prayer. 3. Don't close the crack. When the feeling comes up at 3 a.m., Rumi says, don't turn your head. Sit with it for 1 breath longer than you want to. That's the breath where something gets in. You are in a room that David, Epictetus, and Rumi already sat in. They did not find their way out by pretending the room wasn't there. They found their way out by letting the room teach them. You are not broken. You are a doorway, and the crack is how the light gets in. If this reached you, you belong here. I'm posting one of these a week. The Bible, the Stoics, and the Mystics, woven together for the exact room you're in. Subscribe to Proverb Journey, and I'll meet you here next Sunday. Next week, failure. Peter denies his friend 3 times before dawn. Marcus Aurelius writes about the art of beginning again. And a Japanese craftsman picks up a broken bowl and fills the cracks with gold. It's called kintsugi, and it's going to change how you look at every time you fell. See you Sunday.